am headed to get fuel. One. Alright. Now, I don't know if you can read this or not. It says my reserve says I have 17 miles. And I'm headed over towards Mountain Road. Get fuel. I'm on east-west. I just got off the Stone, Governor Stone. So I've got about 4 miles to go. At what point do you feel that it's time to fill up your tank? At a quarter tank? When you go to reserve? Or for like my bike, when the light comes on. Usually when you go to reserve, it means you have a gallon left. This bike, when the light goes on, I have about a gallon left. It's actually slightly more, slightly less, I'm not really sure. But I know I've gone down to under 10 miles and still been fine. So I'm not as worried about it as some people. My wife would be freaking. She hates it when I, as she puts it, rub the genie. Because I let it go real low on my truck, on everything, until I fill up. Now, if it's in the winter time where it has a chance of freezing, I'll leave a little more in. But because of the distance I drive back and forth to work, I basically get 2 clean days, and I could probably make a third, but that's about it. In this tank, yeah, I can go around 200 miles for the, okay, I have to get gas, if I fill it 100%. When I filled it, I couldn't tell you if it was 100% or not, but I know I was pretty dang close. But I guess the main thing I'm asking is, at what point do you, my dear watchers, what point do you fill up your tank? Now the neat thing of this particular bike, when it gets to the oh my, basically the half tank less, or sorry, half gallon less, it'll sit there and tell me, sucker, you're pretty low. His vehicle sounded terrible. Now that was Java Divas. Very nice young ladies work there. Always wave at police officers, firefighters, and other bikes. Always making sure that they are aware that you're a happy person. Basically wave at them with a smile. Less likely for them to question, why is this guy going this way? Does he have all the gear that I want him to have on? Now, of course, they're saying they're clocking. Well, you might be in trouble if you're going too fast. We, of course, are not. It's 30 miles an hour because you have the Rugrats over here. And I'm just about 30 miles an hour. Close enough for government work. I think the farthest I've ever pushed a car was, I had a Jeep for the longest time, a YJ, and it was I want to say it was an 88, could have been 89, and I was going up to visit my dad in Omaha. I was living in Arkansas at the time. I get up there and he gives me all this junk. Well, he's moving to Vegas and he wanted to get rid of stuff. And some of it was mine, but some of it was his. He just wanted to get rid of. So I loaded the Jeep down. Hey, Pop. On my way up, I was averaging 250 miles per tank. My first tank going back, I almost ran out at 200 miles. I glanced down because I wasn't paying any attention to the fuel. I was just, okay, I'm at 200 and something miles. I'm good to go. Glance down again, I'm like, I'm on empty. And she started to do that little knock thing that you do when you're really, really low. So I got lucky. I pulled over, gassed up, and I was like, great. About 200 miles, so I lost.
Watch out. Vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
Lost about 50 miles for all the weight I had in me. Now I know with the bike, when I was on my 1,000-mile journey, it was just me. The wife wasn't with. She didn't want to go on 1,000 miles in one day. But I'd loaded up with water and Gatorade. So I had a huge amount of water and Gatorade. I had 16 Gatorade and 24 water, and I had them all in ice in coolers in the bottom and behind me. I also had a couple of changes of clothes, had an extra helmet, had all my camera gear. So I was loaded for bear. Alright, this is what I was waiting for. It says low range. LO space RNG. I'm about 1.5 miles, so I'm not worried about it. So that means I'm less than half a tank, or I'm half tank or less. Or sorry, half a gallon, not half a tank, half a gallon or less. And it's, I want to say 2 more lights. I think there's 1 more light between, but there's at least a light. So we're going that way. I'm going to do the smart thing. I'm going to go on this side. That side's to go straight side, and you're never going to get through there quickly. Nope, it is the next light. That light up there. As I said, it's not far. So I'm easily going to make it. And then we'll gas up. Now I had somebody saying that, oh, the 6-gallon tank's not, well, that's probably because when you gas up, you're gassing up as soon as it tells you, hey, you know, you need gas. I'm going to go ahead and go straight instead of turn and then turn. So if you gas up as soon as it tells you, you're gassing up with 5 gallons. Now, before it said low range, I was figuring about 5.5. What do you guys think? Where is it going to be? I'm going to turn these off. I'm going to get over there. I'll fill up, and then we'll go back on, and we'll see how much I spent and how much fuel I got. Well, we are gassing up. 93 octane. $4.459. November 1st, 2022. All right, we're not full, but we're at the point where I like watching. The reason why is you want to make sure that you get it without overfilling. That's about as much as I'm going to do. So I always get my cap, put it under there so it doesn't drip off my paint, put it back, and as you can see, 5.468, 24.38. It's not bad. So I don't need a receipt today. So just about, I could have gone probably another 10 miles. Don't want to push it any farther than you have to, though. Because at a certain point, your pickups aren't going to do it, and your bike won't be happy with you at all. So I have filled the bike back up, put 197.5. Let's see, 197.5 divided by 5.468 equals 36.12 miles to the gallon. Not as good as my old bike, but I've got a much bigger bike. Let's see, we're gonna clear the trip. And we've got 17,553 miles on her. Try to make sure that you don't bump anything as you're leaving. Because you stick out more than you do on a two-wheeler. Now, yep, I do primarily ride my trike, but I have been known to be on a two-wheeler from time to time, and I very much enjoy them. You do get better gas mileage on a two-wheeler. Turn the other camera back on. All right, so 2. What is today? Today's Tuesday. And I'm supposed to make ham steak tonight. I don't know if I'm going to. The reason I say that, a friend of ours is asking about dinner, and the more I think about it, the more I'm like, you know, I really like the idea of going out now. Not like I don't have the money. And if I go out, it'll probably be for not Mexican, Hispanic food. No, I don't want Hispanic. I know what I want. I want Italian. There's a good Italian restaurant here that, as long as you get something from their noodle menu, basically a spaghetti type stuff, then you can get one for regular price, one for, I want to say like $1 or something. I know some really inexpensive price, really good, just right down here. So if we do that, I'll have to talk about that. I will check with the wife when she gets home, see what she wants to do. I'm sorry, that right now sounds like a really good idea. Diesel over here is making some noise. I'm swinging in here, not fuel up. I really don't want to fuel up at a sit-go. I prefer using Royal Farms. But I'm going to stop real fast and get me something to drink. If they have something for me to drink. See if somebody's in here. Hello, do you happen to have any Gatorade Zero?
Yes.
What flavor? Orange, you glad I came. I said, orange, you glad I came. Thank you. And you keep $1 of that? So how's everything going?
Pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah. Nice and slow.
Well, that's not good.
Oh, that's lovely.
Well, hopefully you guys will start getting more people soon.
We shall see.
You got punch cards now.
We do. Did you get one?
No. Thank you, my dear.
You're welcome. It's good and cooked anyway.
Cool. I should be in here enough between now and then.
Yeah. And there's one hole punched in it already.
Yep. All right. Well, you have a great one.
You too.
I will
It's a nice
try.
day for a ride.
It is, and I just hope I can make the gas station.
Oh, your own fumes?
It says I have, and I'll
Yes.
tell you here in a second. You watch that go all the way back down there.
Oh.
14 miles.
I
I've
think
got-
you can make it.
I'm not going to this gas station.
Oh, okay.
I'm going over to Royal Farms.
Okay.
Yep. You have a good one.
Day.
Yep. All right. Royal Farms is, again, not that far.